I think that's a good thing.
I guess so. She's got a silver fox fetish. I do. I'm with a silver fox. He's 53. You're what, 32?
32, yeah.
So what did you do when you started going gray?
I just kind of let it ride.
Good.
I didn't change it. There were a couple of moments where I thought to myself, I might need to dye this, but I'm gonna let it roll. So it just, it happened. Luckily, I used it as a positive. So
that's good. I don't like people who cover up stuff. I like when men rock it out. Like, if you're bald, rock it out. I mean, not Dr. Phil style. Let's not get carried away. But, and if you're gray, rock it out.
I think so.
I think that's
the only way to go.
Did you just hook up with all the American Idol winners? Did you get to do the
Yeah.
What's that about?
It was cool. To be all in the same room together, it was interesting. You see people in passing, the Idol winners during the year and different functions, to all be in the same room together. It's kind of weird. It's like a comic book or something.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to see all each other. Yeah, because have you met them all?
At some point in time, yes, I did meet all of them. But all of them in the same room together is kind of
creepy.
A little bit.
Are you watching this season of American Idol?
Yeah.
Do you have any? I guess it's probably too early to.
I think it is too early to tell because I think right now you can tell when the actual, talented contestants really shine because they start understanding the band, like playing off a live band. And I think ultimately, if you don't sing out of key, and you don't forget your words, then those contestants will do that well.
What do you think of the new judge that's on there, that fourth woman?
I think she's good. I wrote a song with her, and in the studio, she is intense about words and lyrics, and I think she has a songwriting prowess that will, be evident on the show.
Well, at least she has something to say. I think that's important. Somebody there that's going to say something, not like Paula, who's like asleep half the time.
She's got some songwriting credibility, and that's a serious art form, she's had some serious.
Well, you have some interesting songwriting ability, too. You wrote a song about Britney Spears.
No.
Okay, what are the lyrics? Say the lyrics in the song on the CD.
Well, obviously.
That one could possibly think was about Britney.
Well, this is actually about Paris. Her daddy had the money, all the milk and honey. She never had to pay any dues. Don't know what her name is, but man, she sure is famous. She keeps herself all over the news. They're paying close attention. The new Inside Edition is feeding all they can to her fans. She's got the paparazzi behind the Maserati. They're snapping off as much as they can. The actual song's about keeping it real, and I think
Thank you, by the way, just for reciting the entire content. But I'm talking about this quote. It made her such a mess when she didn't get the press that she went out and cut off all her hair. That's Britney.
You could say that.
Yeah, I'm going to say that. I'm going out on a limb and officially saying it. I like that, though.
Yeah, it's a tongue-in-cheek song, keeping it real, There's a lot of people that don't in the business, and the songwriters I was with, and, they're saying, keeping it real, you gotta keep it real.
Well, you kept it real. You just performed with Snoop Dogg. That's keeping it real.
Yeah.
Was that fun? Did you have a good time with Snoop Dogg?
Yeah, I had a blast.
Did you get a secondhand high from him? Yeah, I know. You have to answer that.
I'm letting you answer this question for me.
Don't worry, you can just smile and nod. Nobody will think anything else.
Right.
Are you dating anybody right now, or are you single?
Single.
Really? What kind of girl are you looking for? Do you want someone in the music business?
No.
No, you don't.
Maybe. Depends.
Well, we have single staffers here, where we put people on single staffers and kind of hook them up with people, and we get audience members to come in and they'll send in their pictures. It's like Twitter, but better.
Okay.
Well, you were on Regis and Kelly looking for a date, and what happened with that?
Yeah, it went well.
No?
No.
Did you go out on any dates?
Yeah, we actually did go out on one date.
And did they videotape it for Regis and Kelly?
The whole thing.
Oh, yeah, so I'm sure that was really romantic.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
How's it going with Grease?
Grease is great. I spent a lot of time on Broadway, this summer, and we decided to take the national tour out on the road, and I get to see the country again, touring with this record and then also the Grease show. So.
Do you get nervous? Because I would be really nervous to do a live performance. I mean, this is like live to tape, so if I screw up, you're going to start again, which I do all the time. But I'm always scared about falling. Anytime I do an award thing, like I'm scared I'm going to fall because I drank, so I have to worry. Does that stuff ever happen?
It does. You get flags down sometimes, your hair's messed up, you forget a line. I mean, when you do 8 shows a week, it's pretty intense. But, you know, there's spontaneity with that, you know, with working off actors and actresses. And we keep it fun, like, you know, we'll move a certain way. Because you do 8 shows a week for 12 months, you know, there's some nuances that you use to it.
Right. Well, I mean, forgetting a line, you can always cover that up. But when this slides down, like, that's pretty much, there's just one reason for that.
Yeah.
Like, that's your penis, and that's it, and you have to be like, sorry, I got my slides down.
Yeah, and it's right there in front of everybody.
Well, thank you very much for being here, everybody.
Thanks for having me.
The